Hey everybody, welcome to That's Peculiar. I'm Nathan.
I'm Andra.
And we got a great show for you. And by we, I mean Andra.
Yep, and I'm not going to say it's going to be wonderful. No, it should
But
be.
she did tell me that before we recorded, and I said, you say that every time.
Yeah, well, one day I'm going to be like, this sucks. No, just kidding.
Hey, I said that about Alcatraz.
And it was good.
And it was not bad. Yeah, I wasn't mad at it.
How is everything in your world? How was car shopping?
But we ended up...
I waited to ask.
He kind of...
Dang it.
Yeah, he kind of changed his mind on... Because we're looking at prices, and if we have to go up a couple thousand for a different model, we could go for a different car. It's a whole thing. So we'll see.
Whole shebang. Anything new?
No.
Yeah,
nothing
me
new.
either.
Nothing.
Nope.
Work.
I just cannot believe how fast Christmas is coming up, but this episode will be after Christmas.
Yeah, just a couple days after.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, today, in spirit of Christmas, we actually have some Christmas fun facts.
Multiple?
I chose 5.
Okay. Give them to me.
So Christmas was not always on December 25th.
It wasn't?
Do you know that? No, although Christmas celebrates the birth of Christ.
It was the winter solstice that they were originally...
They say it doesn't actually mention December 25th.
No, it's never mentioned.
Yeah, so some historians think Jesus was actually born in the spring, not winter at all.
Yeah, it was... Weren't they saying his birthday's like in March or something?
Yeah, something like that. Christmas on December 25th wasn't celebrated until 336 AD.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's when the church was starting to take things from pagan beliefs and turn them into Christian beliefs.
I think it's a little later, but yeah.
Because
I didn't look into paganism for this. I was just doing fun little Christmas.
It's fun Christmas, but I feel like that's because they were starting to be all like, no, we're Christians now. So we're going to take the tree that pagans decorate with candles and stuff and bring it inside. Anyway.
Right. Number 2, my lord.
My lord.
Evergreens are an ancient tradition. So the iconic Christmas tree has lots of roots. They put in here, forgive the pun, which is funny. But ancient Egyptians used to mark the winter solstice by decorating their homes with green palms. So that's ancient Egyptians. While the Romans celebrated with evergreen burrows or like things like that. These green plants signified. You want to
say that again?
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I was thinking significance and saying signified at the same time, and it just...
Significant-fied.
Yeah. They signified that the spring would return with new life. The first Christmas trees, as we know them today, started in Germany in the 16th.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that. All right, moving on to Saint Nick. The original Santa Claus was actually Saint Nicholas, a Christian bishop in the 4th century. He didn't wear the red shirt or suit that is so famously known today, but he did give all of his inheritance away to the poor and needy. In Dutch, his name is Sinterklaas.
Sinterklaas.
Yeah, which is later morphed into Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Which I kind of actually also think Claus, the KL, if you guys haven't seen it, it's a cartoon on Netflix. Have you seen it? Claus?
Yes, with the post office and stuff.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think
it's a good movie.
That is also I think it's a play on that as well.
Yeah,
I didn't look it up, but the way it's Sinterklaas and the way it's spelled, it's a play.
Yeah, I feel like they tried to... I think they incorporated kind of like how Santa Claus became Santa Claus.
Yeah.
In that, and they brought in, I think, some of his like original roots, but they made it definitely more whimsy. It was cool. I really liked it.
That movie is so good.
I need to watch it again.
Jack and I actually watch that. We watch it almost every year, like since it's come out. It's good. I don't know. It's become kind of a staple.
Christmas classic.
So, yeah.
Good on
Number
Netflix.
4, Jingle Bells was originally a Thanksgiving song. It turns out we first started dashing through the snow. James Lord Pierpont wrote the song called One Horse Open Sleigh for his church's Thanksgiving concert in the mid-19th century. Then in 1857, the song was re-released underneath the new title, and it's one of the most popular Christmas songs today.
Yeah, I'm like, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Because it doesn't really mention...
Yeah,
it doesn't really mention Christmas.
Yeah, we sing it all year here because it's William's favorite song. So.
Huh. Fascinating.
Number 5, tinsel has a history that a lot of people don't know.
Who?
Tinsel.
Tinsel.
Yeah, tinsel was invented in 1610 in Germany. It was spun from real silver and then hammered out, and was more of a luxury decoration rather than like the cheap decoration it is today.
Wow.
The U.S. government once banned tinsel because it became like poisonous with lead, but no worries, it's plastic now.
Well, yeah, shiny plastic. I mean, I wouldn't mind a whole tree covered in hammered out silver, though.
Could you imagine how heavy that tree would be?
Take that to the bank. I mean, it's super thin. I mean, if it's super thin, you could still probably make it pretty flimsy. No?
Yeah, I mean, I think, but like, even thinking of the smallest silver thing I know, I don't know that it's actually that.
But it wasn't hammered into a flat, flaky, long thing.
Cool. I like it. Well, that is all of my fun facts.
And
now today, we have a topic that sort of ties into Christmas.
Okay.
Can you tell I'm in the spirit? We have a Famously Insane episode on Randy Quaid.
I'm excited for Famously Insane, but who's Randy Quaid?
Most commonly known as Cousin Eddie from Christmas Vacation.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Cousin Eddie. I tried watching Christmas Vacation the other day. It's not funny.
I am so proud of you. I fudging hate that movie. And Jack gets to hear about it every single time, but his whole family thinks it's the greatest movie. My ex-boyfriend, whole family thought it was the greatest movie, and I hated watching it with them.
I hate to say that this is my opinion, so if you like it, enjoy it. I feel like there are funny moments in the movie, but it's very slow. Like, in the beginning, I was dying, and I was like, this isn't as funny as I remember it being.
I also think Clark Griswold is kind of an asshole.
He is. He's actually a jerk. I don't know.
He's like a sexist jerk.
Yeah. That
spent all of his money on a pool and then was mad that, like, he spent money that he didn't have.
Yeah. And then he's so rude to his family the entire time. And then they're like, oh, Clark, it's okay. No, you're being a dick. Anyway.
Oh, God.
So glad we're on the same page.
So for anybody that loves that movie, great for you.
Yeah.
We understand.
Peace and love.
Yeah, we do understand. It's just not for us. So let's get into it. Randy Quaid was born October 1st in Houston, Texas.
Are you saying Brandy with a B or Randy?
Sorry, Randy.
Randy, okay. I was like, I didn't realize that Brandy was a boy name.
Randy. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. His mom, Nita, was a real estate agent, and his dad, William, was an electrician. His younger brother is Dennis Quaid. If you don't know who that is, it's the dad from the Lindsay Lohan Parent Trap, among a lot of other movies. But
wait, they're related? I did not put Quaid and Quaid together in my mind. I should have been smarter about that.
They also have another brother named Buddy, who used to be an actor and is now in real estate.
So is Dennis Quaid the only attractive brother?
That's a matter of opinion, but to me, yes.
Okay. That's going to sound like you don't think Dennis Quaid is handsome?
Are you kidding? He was married to Meg Ryan. And their baby, their son that's now becoming an actor, is also very handsome.
I don't think I know who that is. I was just thinking of Parent Trap Dennis Quaid.
Do if you would look it up. No, you know who the guy is. You've seen him in something. I know it.
Okay.
He's in a movie with a really funny lady. And it's like something to do with like Palm Springs. It might actually just be called Palm Springs. Well, yeah, anyways. It's not about him.
It's not.
We're talking about Randy.
Sorry, I gotta bring it back to Randy.
He took drama in high school, and he's the oldest of the brothers. So he took drama in high school, and he was hooked and studied acting at the University of Houston. His first break was when his teacher, Peter, and I might butcher this. I actually just realized I didn't learn how to say it, but it's Bogdanovich. I think that's it. Peter Bogdanovich was he was the casting for the Last Picture Show, and he told him to try out, and Quaid won the role. And it was his debut film. I've never seen it. It's not his most known.
What year was that, though? Because I feel like big breaks, I want to know what year.
Sorry. I think it has to be before the 80s.
Oh, okay.
In his break. So, yeah. Or in the 80s. I don't know. I think it's in the 80s. I didn't look it up.
It wasn't, going back to Christmas Vacation, was that in the 89 or something? I'm looking now.
Yeah, you should.
I just want to, I want to know how long was he in the public eye as far as acting?
Well, he was in Brokeback Mountain in 2006, 2005. He's been in movies all the way up until 2010.
Okay.
Maybe 2013. I think.
It was 1989.
What is it?
Christmas Vacation came,
okay, cool.
1989.
Perfect.
I was old.
I think it has to be on the cusp of the 90s, but yes.
It was.
So he was mainly popular in the 80s and the 90s.
Okay.
It's not about his films though, so I didn't dive in there.
No, I mean, I was just trying to figure out how old was he in comparison to that movie.
Totally understand.
Yeah.
So after his debut film, he's actually been in over 90 films, including one that he won an Oscar award, and it's with Jack Nicholson. And then his most memorable roles is in Moving, Fool for Love, Independence Day, The Paper, and Frankenstein. Don't know which Frankenstein.
Yeah, there's a lot of Frankenstein. There's a lot.
Yeah. In 1988, he received the Golden Globe Award in the category Best Actor in a Miniseries or Television Film for LBJ: The Early Years. And on October 7th, 2003, he received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and so he got a star. In 2005, he was the recipient of the Satellite Award, Outstanding Actor in a Supporting Role in a Miniseries motion picture made for television for Elvis.
Okay.
1980, he married his wife, Ella Marie Jolly. Such a cool name.
Her last name was Jolly?
Yeah. And they had a daughter, Amanda Marie. But the couple divorced 9 years later, I'm so sorry, on August 24th, 1989. He stated that he just suddenly felt like he didn't want to be a family man. You can look that up. He just he said it was like a crisis all of a sudden. I know.
Ew. I just decided I don't want to be in a family.
Right. But then Quaid met Evie December 1987. So let's just... They got married. They got divorced August 24th, 1989.
Mm-hmm.
He met Evie in 1987 on the set of film Bloodhounds of Broadway, in which Madonna starred. But they wed October 5th, 1989. So they were divorced August 24th, 1989. He married Evie.
Oh, what a cheater.
October 5th. Yeah. I mean...
He's a cheater.
It's weird that people don't talk about that.
That if you don't see that, you're blind.
Yeah.
Each.
So Evie was born a socialite. Her uncle was a founder of Revlon. Her mother already was wealthy from her family's connection to a trucking company in New Jersey. After she married Randy, she appeared twice in Vogue, so she's a model, highlighted her fashion and extensive wardrobe. In 1989, Evie and Randy bought a $1.35 million home in Montecito, California.
I wonder if he also married her for her money.
I think at this point he was in the height of his career, so I don't think so. I think the way that I portray when I'm doing research, he had already won all these awards.
That doesn't make you rich.
He was, yeah, but I think he was doing better career-wise than she was. So I think I don't know. But you're right, maybe.
I mean, Jim Carrey recently said that he came back to the Sonic the Hedgehog movie franchise because he bought a lot of stuff and couldn't afford. He needed money, so he had $300 million.
Really sad.
Just saying, money makes people do stuff.
Well, some people believe Evie is where the downfall of Randy had started.
Good, cheaters get burnt.
Some people, allegedly. Well,
allegedly.
Not quite like that, because they're still married today.
Really? Okay, continue. I need to know where this is going now.
Things were relatively quiet for the Quaids, meaning Evie and Randy. Throughout the 90s, Randy was making a lot of money, and Evie was spending it on clothes and furniture. So let's go into their legal issues. In 2006...
So they get married in 1989, and they are in their happy phase for about a decade. Okay. And then things start to come out.
No, to be fair, I think they are still very happy.
Just crazy.
Yes. I think. But we'll see what you think.
Okay.
In 2006, Quaid, who acted in Brokeback Mountain, which I need to note, that movie does have Heath Ledger.
Yes.
Okay, it'll come up later. I just want everybody to know, if they don't know, Heath Ledger is in Brokeback Mountain. So there's some weird connection to Heath Ledger.
Oh, you're gonna...
Okay. In 2006, Quaid, who acted in Brokeback Mountain, sued the producers for misrepresenting the film as a low-budget art house film with no prospect of making money in order to secure Quaid's professional acting services at below market rates. So he sued them, basically saying
you lied
they
to
paid
me.
us nothing. Yeah. Then in 2009, Quaid and his wife were arrested for allegedly defrauding an innkeeper in Santa Barbara by using an invalid credit card to pay a $10,000 bill.
Wait, how do you spend $10,000 at an inn?
They must have been there for a while. They did sell their house in 1991, I believe. So they were
they were extendedly staying.
That's weird. The only way I could think that they would spend over $10,000.
Yeah, at a hotel. Yeah.
The two were released on bail that evening subsequently. How do you say that? Subsequently. My gosh.
I'm
tongue-tied today.
We need to get you back into Sesame Street.
No, quit it. Paid most of the bill. However, they repeatedly failed to appear in court, and warrants were issued for their arrest. They eventually appeared in court the following year, where the case was dismissed against Quaid for lack of evidence. His wife, Evie, pleaded to no contest to a misdemeanor count of fraud and was placed on probation for 3 years, in addition to having spent 240 hours in community service.
This was what year again? 2006?
2009.
2009. Jeez.
Then in September of 2010, Quaid and his wife were charged with burglary after they spent 5 days occupying the guest house in a vacant home that they had once owned in Santa Barbara.
Hold on. Wait. Okay, so a year later, they break into the guest house of a home they once owned.
After the hotel charges,
and they're not charged for trespassing, breaking and entering. They're charged for robbery, but they had stayed there.
Burglary. Yep.
Burglary. Why? That's a weird. I feel like that's a weird charge. But like, what? Why?
Why burglary?
Why
It's not
would
super
you?
clear.
If you have money,
I have that. I don't think they have money anymore.
so they lost. Okay. Continue.
It's never actually talked about that they lost it. Kona beer. That's nice. Sponsor
us. I didn't even realize I was holding it that way.
You weren't. You tilted it away. The Quaids claim that the home was wrongfully transferred to a third party by the use of a forged signature. Warrants for their arrest were issued after they failed to appear in court, and as a result, they forfeited their bail.
Transferred to a third party by forgery? Wouldn't you have been fighting that in court from when it happened?
Yeah, in 19...
yeah, it's been over 10 years. Oh, and now you're going to say it's forgery? You crazy.
Yeah. Well, in October, we're in 2010.
Yes.
Now, Quaid and his wife moved to Vancouver, Canada, where they sought asylum protections under the Canadian Immigration and Refugee Protection Act, stating they feared their lives in the United States.
That is the biggest load of BS I've ever heard. They're trying to find you and arrest you with warrants. You're not a refugee. You are not a law-abiding citizen.
We will get back to that. But border authorities arrested the couple for their outstanding warrants in the U.S.
Good.
After they were granted bail, Quaid gave a press interview, and later the couple's asylum-seeking story was detailed in an article by Vanity Fair, which you can read today if you pay $3.
They did an
and you
article.
Get it for a month.
They did an article with a Vanity Fair.
Correct.
Please
yes.
tell me you spent $3 and you read it.
I did. Of course, I read it.
Oh my God, yes.
It's a bunch of. We'll get into it.
I'm so excited.
Quaid's wife, Evie, was granted Canadian citizenship in 2011 based on her parentage. The Quaid sought permanent resident status as the husband of a Canadian. In January 2013, his request was denied.
Well, good. Well, I don't even...
Quaid...
How did she get in?
I think it has to do with her parents.
It's still... Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm mad about it.
She's rich. I don't know.
So is he, apparently, but his got denied.
Quaid, I don't think either of them are anywhere. Quaid lived in Montreal beginning in 2013 and was briefly arrested for not checking in as a non-resident. In 2014, the Quaids sued the U.S. State Department for revoking their passports in 2011. By 2015, Quaid's legal appeals in Canada were exhausted, and he was notified he was to be...
Good. Wait, what year again?
2015.
2015. So I keep hearing you like say, you're telling me this story about like this happened, and I want to know how many times, because I feel like he's the kind of guy who would be like, do you know who I am?
No, I don't think he is, actually.
I feel like he would be, because like, do you know who I am? Why aren't you giving me what I want? I'm Randy Quaid.
Let me keep getting into it, but no, this guy, if you look up a photo of Randy Quaid now, he looks like, what are those people that made the duck calls? What are their names?
It's on the tip of
my...
Duck
Dynasty?
Why would... Yes!
He looks like the Duck Dynasty people.
Of course he does. He's just deteriorating.
Like, no, I mean like beard,
Unkempt.
hair, all of it.
Just long hair, all of it.
Yes.
The Duck Dynasty people, though, they got it going on.
Okay, I'm not saying anything against Duck Dynasty
people.
No.
I'm just saying, like, I'm talking about the money that they made.
To paint a picture.
What he looks like, yeah, he got the long beard, he got the long hair, he looks like he might be dirty. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So keep in mind, there's also like really weird videos that you can find of Randy Quaid if you really want to. They're on Twitter. He also became a spokesperson for Trump on Twitter.
It's not Twitter, it's X, formerly Twitter. We don't like them.
Okay, he did this in 2020, so it was still Twitter.
at the time.
I don't know. I'm not into any of it.
I don't think I like Randy Quaid very much.
Well, 1 week prior to the deportation date, the couple drove across Canadian border.
Go back. Before the what date?
Deportation.
Thank you. I was going to let that slide. Deportation.
I was like, what? God, what is up with me? I mean, I know I have like a weird way of saying a lot of words, but today I'm just... Deportation date.
God, okay.
The couple drove into Vermont where they were detained by U.S. Customs.
Good.
The couples were detained pending a procedure ordered by the state of California. On review of the state of California's case, the Vermont judge found irregularities and voided the request. Yeah, God. Shut up. Whereupon the Quaids were released and allowed to remain in Vermont without conditions.
What?
So they still, as far as I could find, Vermont is their permanent home.
I think they greased some palms.
Maybe. As of 2021, it's considered a run in the California recall election. So he wanted to run in the California election. It was unclear whether the case against the Quaids was still open, according to some sources.
Randy Quaid wanted to run in the government election for the governancy.
California.
To be the
gubernatorial recall election. Yep.
He wanted to run to be governor.
The California gubernatorial recall election. Yep.
That's gonna be a no for me.
Well, it was unclear whether the case was against him, so he couldn't.
Good. No one would vote for him anyway.
So we're going to go backwards just a touch. I wanted to list all the charges first.
We're going into detail.
But let's do, aside from their legal issues, there are some crazy stories surrounding Dennis Quaid.
Wait.
And I did...
Stop. You're telling me this is just their legal issues? There's other things that happened in between this?
Not Dennis Quaid, Randy. Quaid. Randy Quaid, not Dennis. Scratch that.
So they just had crazy legal issues, and now we are actually getting into crazy person activity.
Correct. And this particular thing that I'll tell you about, actually, I'll tell you in a minute. Let's just get into it.
Yeah, please. I don't like this guy.
In 2007, things really got out of control. Randy was cast in a Broadway musical. This is 2007. Lone Star Love, Broadway musical. Producers of the play had loved Quaid during the auditions. They describe him as jovial, professional, and generally a pleasure to be around.
He's acting.
Then Evie joined him for rehearsals. Keep in mind, everybody blames Evie for the downfall of Randy.
Interesting.
Allegedly. He designed his outfit complete with dyed red hair and a codpiece. She filmed rehearsals despite it being against union rules. She sent condescending emails to producers. And for a lack of other words, she sent a naked photo of herself holding a gun to several key players in the production.
So no, it's not Randy that's possibly crazy. It's Evie.
No.
God, why was she creating an outfit with a cod piece, first of all? She wasn't in production,
I love that that's where you're at, not the naked photo. Like, it's so clear. Not the naked photo of her holding a gun. You're just like, cod piece?
I'm like stuck on the cod. Why? Who gave her the ability to who thought?
Seems like Randy did.
But he's just an actor in the show. He doesn't get to dictate who.
It's a Broadway musical.
I don't understand.
Maybe he worked it in.
Also, I mean, yes, why did she send pictures of herself naked holding a gun to key players?
Still no one knows.
But a cod piece in the costume and whatever. Anyway, yeah, that's fine. She's crazy.
For Randy's part in the mess, he smacked a cast member's head 4 times during a rehearsal, later claiming he was just in character.
Was it unscripted smacking?
Correct. Yep. At this point, the cast had had enough. The members of the cast and the producers filed a complaint with the Actors Equity Union, and Randy was fined over $81,000 and banned from the union for life.
$1,000?
And banned from the union for life.
That's crazy. Banned for life, not just like for a couple seasons. Life. You slap people. Catch these hands.
Lone Star Love shut down and never made it to Broadway.
That doesn't surprise me because I've never heard of it.
The backlash from the band was more than anyone could have imagined. Evie, the band from the union, Evie hired a detective to look into the backgrounds of all the cast members, claiming they wanted to kill the married couple.
I mean, sure, you might want to kill someone, but that doesn't mean you're going to do it.
Becky Altringer, the private eye that the Quaids hired, even let them stay in their mobile home, in a mobile home that she rented out. According to Becky, 3 weeks they had rented a mobile home from me. It was my partner's mom's. After we kicked them out of our house, I was literally going insane because she was going insane from Evie and her dog. She let it urinate in the house. She took out dinners to the dog, like roast beef. She woke up in the morning and said the mob was here. They have chainsaws and shovels. They're going to bury us. Becky told Evie that's the gardener.
They're here. They're here. They got their torches and pitchforks. Evie, they're here to do the lawn.
They're gardeners. This is where the conspiracies seem to begin. Here.
Okay.
After this casting. And this is also what Vanity Fair writes about.
Okay.
So Randy and Evie
it's true.
Randy and Evie Quaid reportedly believed there is an evil sect of Hollywood trying to kill them. It is, okay, so just like a side note, this is absolutely hilarious. Jack is playing the Melakaliki Waki is the thing to say. The Christmas song in Christmas Vacation. I can just hear it in the background. Anyways, doesn't matter. So he believed Hollywood was trying to kill him. It is the same shadowy organization that killed Heath Ledger and Chris Penn, apparently, allegedly. This sect is also responsible for extorting millions from their bank accounts while running them out of the country. He calls them a group of star whackers.
Star walkers?
Whackers, like...
Whackers. Star whackers. That
the
accent's coming out.
The star whackers, Quaid names for the evil Hollywood, allegedly began dipping their hands into his fortune in 1983 after the success of the first Vacation film, which is not the Christmas Vacation.
If you don't give someone access to your bank account, they don't have it?
He claims using a fake probate file, they created an identity for a deceased Santa Barbara woman named Rhonda L. Quaid and used a fake trust fund to deposit and cash Randy's royalty check.
Sure, Jan.
Okay. So in this study done by Vanity Fair and a couple of other places, Rhonda L. Quaid was real. She died in 2005 and was worth $1.5 million. Evie states this is all fake. She says Rhonda L. Quaid never existed. No one has ever met her. She was supposedly a school teacher, but you go to the county and you pull up a profile and it's $7 million in cash. How would a school teacher have that? It's Randy's royalty stream. I've researched everything. There's no body. They're just trying to merge the two identities in order to cash the check, according to Evie.
Okay.
Evie and Randy actually made a film called Star Whackers in 2011.
No.
Directed by Evie Quaid, written by Randy Quaid.
I gotta watch
and
this.
Stars Randy Quaid only.
Not even Evie. She's directed and produced.
No, there's nobody else either. It's absolutely hilarious. You can look this up on IMDb or whatever that's called. And it literally says director, Evie. Writer, Randy. Stars, Randy.
I have to watch it now.
Yeah. God. So you can watch this today, but heads up, some people say it's the worst thing they have ever seen.
Oh, I'm sure. It's like the worst Rotten Tomatoes score ever.
Have a beverage with you. That's all I can say. Or whatever your pleasure is.
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, oh, I guess you saw it.
So my next note is I have not personally watched this.
Okay.
I thought about it.
I mean, I want to watch it.
Yeah, I didn't.
I want to watch it.
Yeah.
I probably won't, but I want to.
My closing remarks on this story. So that's the wild story of Evie and Randy Quaid, who apparently currently still reside in Vermont and are crazy and in love.
Because they still can't figure out if California's charges still hold.
Cousin Eddie seems to have taken a toll on his life, not just his character from Christmas Vacation. And I said, what do you think, Megan? What do you think?
I don't know. First, I think he's a cheater, pumpkin eater.
Yep.
Very, very shady.
Had a wife and couldn't keep her.
Couldn't keep her. And I think that's gross. But then I just wonder if Edie is just like feeding him lies and he's buying it, or he's just actually an idiot and can't see, or I don't know. I'm very curious, and I want to know how they live.
Dennis Quaid has come out and said that he can't talk about anything going on with his brother, but he says he loves him very much and he misses him.
He should talk about what's going on with his brother, because we need to set the record straight. We have questions and we need answers. I need answers.
Like an NDA or something. He's not allowed to.
You can't. NDAs do not cover law, does not cover criminal activity. So if you're doing something illegal,
but he's talking about what's happening now.
Yeah, I don't think there's an NDA because I feel like they aren't rich. I don't think you can really. I don't know. This is just wacky.
Isn't it freaking wacky?
Maybe they should go back to Canada.
He basically is Cousin Eddie.
Yeah, no, it sounds like it. He is crazy. He has, honestly, Cousin Eddie did have a more sane wife, I think.
Yeah, she was. I think so too. I don't know, though.
Normal.
I mean, this is all. Yeah, the wife. Yeah, other than the fact that she followed Cousin Eddie and cooked her turkey for so long.
Yeah, well, she wasn't the brightest bulb, but she was pretty normal. Anyway, so I think Randy, I think when they said that Randy Quaid, like for the Broadway show, was like jovial and professional, I feel like that was him still putting on a show. And then when it came down to actually doing rehearsal and being a part of it, I feel like he just got more, when you get comfortable with someone and like the real you shows up, I think that's what was really happening.
Right.
Was the real him was finally showing up, and then his wife is also being weird AF and being a problem.
I see that, but I actually kind of wonder if it was all Evie, and maybe it's not specified, but maybe she sent a naked photo to that specific cast member and was like, oh, they're coming on to me, and then he's like hitting him.
Maybe, but I also... how could you be
I'm not on either side, to be honest.
I'm not either.
I'm not on either side.
They're both a match made in hell. It's perfect.
This is just like a perfectly famously insane episode, because this is like what I wanted to talk about. But This is not the end of our episode today.
What? What now?
Yeah. So just for a little fun addition, if you're ready to wrap up Randy Quaid, is there anything else you want to say about Randy Quaid?
No, him and his wife are crazy and they're happy and match made in hell. Like I said, they're good to go.
Okay, so just for a little fun addition, let's get into some of the holiday scandals that have occurred, shared by eHollywood News. They may be alleged. This is just some fun little gossip. So if you are not interested, no need to stick around in the episode.
Thank you for joining us on That's Peculiar.
Yeah. Now, for the gossip. Tiger Woods' cheating scandal had erupted on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
The National Enquirer had recently reported, at that time, his alleged infidelity, but the rumors really hadn't gone mainstream until November 27, 2009, when Woods ran his Escalade into a fire hydrant, bumping into a tree outside of the mansion he shared with his wife, Ellen, and their 2 children. It being night after Thanksgiving, the golf champion's mother and mother-in-law were in the house too. In the ensuing days, other women started coming out, starting with Rachel, whatever her name is, came pouring into the woodworks, and Woods eventually checked into treatment for sex addiction.
Wait, he went to sex addiction therapy?
Mm-hmm. Allegedly. Okay, now we have Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen, what a mess.
Charlie Sheen, also the same year, 2009, was maybe not a good year for stars.
Doesn't sound like
Charlie Sheen has a morning meltdown on Christmas of 2009. The actor was arrested on domestic violence charges for allegedly pulling a knife on his wife, Brooke Mueller. The mother of his twin Mueller. Great.
I don't know.
The mother of his twin sons, Bob and Max, while they were vacationing in Aspen, Colorado. Both spouses went into rehab after the incident, and Sheen later pleaded guilty to a reduced charge of misdemeanor assault. They mutually filed for divorce on November 1st, 2010, but putting down separation the date of Christmas, December 25th, 2009.
The day he went crazy is the day we got a divorce. Charlie Sheen is one of those.
Halle Berry?
Halle Berry?
Halle Berry's boyfriend brawl.
Boyfriend.
In the morning of Thanksgiving in 2012, Gabriel Aubrey, the Oscar winner's ex and father of her daughter, and her then boyfriend, Oliver Martinez, scuffled in the driveway of Barry's Beverly Hill home. Aubrey was arrested on suspicion of battery, but then, claiming Martinez threatened to kill him, secured a temporary restraining order against the French actor, who was spotted with a brace on his right hand the following week.
Celebrities are crazy, man.
Okay, you're getting a kick out of this, right? It's like, do you kind of get why I added this
just
in?
behave.
Just a little
it's not
fun.
hard.
Just a fun little tidbit at the end of the crazy. Let's just add a little more crazy. All right. Robert Downey Jr. in Thanksgiving.
Of when?
On November 25th, 2000.
2000.
The Saturday after Thanksgiving, the Oscar nominee actor was arrested in Palm Springs hotel room for drug possession, barely 3 months removed from his year-long stay in prison for violating his probation and other drug charges.
Yep.
Okay. An anonymous caller informed the 911 dispatcher. I think it's a man, so I'm going to read it like a man. I'd like to let you know that the room 311 at the Merv Griffin Resort, there's a man that has an ounce of cocaine and a couple of guns and is pretty upset. Thank you.
He has an ounce of cocaine, a couple of guns, and he's pretty upset. Thank you. Click.
Can you take care of this? Downey remained free on bail as well as gainfully employed on Ally McBeal until the following April, when police picked him up wandering around an alley in Los Angeles, and the wheels started to come off the train again. This is all according to Hollywood News. So, back in court in July 2001, he pleaded the November burst down to a misdemeanor. He pleaded a misdemeanor to the November day and returned to rehab, after which he, with the help of his future wife, Susan, whom he met in 2003 Gothica, sobriety stuck, and then he is sober and then got his role in it.
And then he
I just want to celebrate that. Like, good for him.
Yeah, he had a real good comeback. Like, he did good. Mm-hmm. You did good, kid.
He is crushing it, and we need to. Yeah, he did good, kid. We need to just like mention that because like that is a funny story, but also good for him.
Yeah.
All right.
You can come back.
Are you ready for next?
Go ahead.
Katy Perry and Russell Brand.
These two. We can skip these two.
If you want. It's basically they separate after only being barely a year from getting married. They spend it separate on Christmas.
They're a trash couple. It's fine. Moving on.
Okay, that happened in 2011. And as we know, she's now with Orlando Bloom. And last I heard,
she was telling
Russell Brand pee on somebody?
I don't know. I don't know what Russell Brand is doing. He's having issues. But Katy Perry apparently was very forward about what she was doing with Orlando Bloom in the bedroom with the fan. Yeah, she
Seriously?
Was like, yeah, she had said something. I don't know. I didn't look it up because I really don't care to know.
Well, I'm not going to do that either, but that's happening according to you with Katy Perry. But Russell Brand, I think I last heard, peed on somebody.
Russell Brand, I wouldn't say.
It was like all uproar.
He probably isn't.
I'm pretty sure it was like, stable. Or he like showed his penis to somebody. Yeah, no. Good for them on splitting. Let's move on to Pink.
Pink?
Yeah, I actually love Pink, and this is actually slightly funny.
Okay.
Pink carves up husband Carrie Hart's tires on Thanksgiving. When interviewed about this, she blames the holidays being stressful. It was the most relatable thing ever.
The holidays are stressful, so I carved his tires.
How many? No, seriously, like, you cannot tell me that you've never been upset with somebody and you wanted to just, like, so relatable. Okay, and last but not least, Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey split up.
When?
Yeah, there had been a few signs, some captured on camera for MTV Newlyweds, that Simpson might not want to love Nick Lachey forever after all. And the split rumors were verified when they announced their separation on November 23rd, 2005. The day before Thanksgiving.
The holidays
are stressful. She filed for divorce. Going back to Pink. She filed for divorce on December 16th, a Friday, after 3 years of marriage.
The celebrities do not know how to get married.
These are just some of Hollywood's scandals that have occurred over the holidays. I did not dive into these. I just want to note that. I just wanted a silly ending for today's episode.
You know, the holidays is stressful. You know, people do crazy things. Thank
you, Pink. Pink is so relatable. The holidays are stressful.
Well, and then you have celebrities who have, gobs of money and then drugs and alcohol and guns, apparently, for some of them. So I don't know.
Okay, even for myself, the holidays are stressful. I feel like it was just Thanksgiving. I don't even have a single present wrapped right now.
Oh, I did wrapping today. I'm good.
I do not have a single present wrapped.
Okay, well, go do that.
I'm normally the person that almost has all of my gifts purchased in like July. And then I'm wrapped in November. So like there's presents under the tree when I decorate. But now I only have the top half of my tree decorated because I have a 1-year-old that likes to rip everything off the bottom.
Well, and then, yeah, and I'm pretty sure he keeps you pretty busy, so you haven't had time.
He doesn't like wrapping. Well, he really just wants to rip the paper.
You do it while he's napping.
He naps on me currently.
He will knock that off.
I'm trying. Trust me, I am trying.
Well,
today, in order to do this episode, I actually got him onto the couch, which is good.
That's a plus. Thank you for today's episode. It was...
Wait, I have a finishing.
Oh, there's a finishing?
Actually, go ahead. Well, you go ahead. Tell me. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I had no idea that Randy Quaid was actually insane, but also along with his wife, who I feel like is
so crazy.
I feel like she's also an enabler, and I feel like they just kind of crazy together. So...
yeah, two people found each other that maybe shouldn't have.
Yeah, and I'm glad Dennis Quaid is normal.
Yeah. Did you like the weird,
Yeah, it was fun. Ending? I enjoyed it.
Good.
Pink.
It's different. I love Pink. She's so great.
Okay, what you got?
Well, my ending is just we hope you have enjoyed your holidays, whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah, other ones.
Christmas, Hanukkah,
and have a Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Have a Happy New Year.
We'll see you next year because this is airing after Christmas, and the next time we'll have an episode.
Yeah, this would be after Christmas.
Yeah, it'll be in January.
The New Year.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you next year. Cool? We'll see you next year on That's Peculiar.
See you next year.
Please make sure to like, comment, follow, share. Commenting is the most important. We like to know what you got going on.
Comment.
But we'll see you next week on That's Peculiar.
Hey, Sweden. Bye.
Thank you for joining us today on That's Peculiar. Please like, comment, and follow for our weekly updates. If you have a peculiar story you would like to hear, please email us at perpetuallypeculiarpod@gmail.com. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.